This week on Taste Utah, we're celebrating Utah's culinary landscape through the lens of culture and heritage. First up, we're visiting Veller's Bistro in Layton, where Jan Veller wanted to open a restaurant where traditional German cuisine is the star of the show. You're not going to find people dressed up in lederhosen here, but you will discover hospitality and handmade dishes, especially crafted to introduce your palate to flavors of Deutschland, as well as the classic standbys that we've all come to know and to love. I'm telling you, my German-born grandma would be so proud. Then we traveled to northern Japan by way of Center Street in Provo and through the offerings of Kay and her namesake restaurant, Kay's Kitchen. Phil and his wife Kay were living in Hokkaido, Japan, when Kay had an idea. She wanted to move back to Phil's home state of Utah and introduce people to Japanese comfort food and hospitality. And that's exactly what you get. She is meticulous about her cooking, and Phil, well, he's meticulous about your experience. Put the two of them together and you have yourself a unique culinary and culture-driven experience unlike any other. Taste Utah is more than your typical food show. It's about local flavor, from roots through authentically Utah restaurants. It's the people and the places that make Utah a dining destination. There's so much soil and earth to uncover and still so many great Utah restaurants to savor. We bring you the stories and we spread the love. The best thing about Utah, the views along the way, they're not bad either. We're not afraid to get our hands just a little dirty. Food is a necessity. It's how we create it and share it and experience it together that truly shapes our community. Whether you're choosing to dine in our dining rooms, order to go, or get delivery, you always have a seat at this table. Are you ready to taste Utah?
You can thank Denver Miller for this recommendation. We're in Layton and we're visiting Weller's Bistro. Denver says we have to check out this authentic German cuisine. Jan, he's from Germany. He opened this place. I can't wait for you to meet him. Let's do it. Hi, Jan.
Hi, Katy. So nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
Welcome to my bistro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It is so beautiful and charming in here.
Thank you so much.
This bistro actually was a fan recommendation. So we had someone reach out to us on Facebook and said, you have to feature Weller's
That's
Bistro.
awesome. I'm so glad the word gets out that people like German food.
Yeah.
We're excited.
Yay,
Excited
well,
to show you some good food. And
I can't wait.
You can see what we have to offer.
Yeah, please.
Come on in.
When you said you had some things at the table, like you weren't kidding. This is fantastic.
Yeah, we'd love to put our best foot forward with what we have to offer. So we have a few cocktails that I wanted to feature and show you. And then some of our more popular dishes that we offer here at the bistro.
I mean, I have to say, whenever I see pretzel on the menu, it gets me so excited because there's no way to describe the amount of work that goes into like a fresh pretzel like this.
Yes, and everybody loves a good pretzel, right? You probably remember that from your college days. Yeah, we do make them in-house pretty much every day now because it's become such a popular appetizer.
Okay.
It's served with our whole grain mustard and then a beer whipped cheese. You know, I really enjoy making food from scratch. You know, there's an art to making good quality food with all the base ingredients.
Absolutely.
And the more we can make from scratch, the better. It's, you know, the pretzel is one of those where you can't sacrifice.
Talk to us a little bit about the process of making a pretzel.
So we just started with dough.
Okay.
So it's just high gluten flour. We add butter to it, which is a typical ingredient in pretzel.
Yeah.
You know, yeast. We put honey in ours. A lot of places use sugar. We decided to do honey.
I love
just
that.
Steps it up a little notch from the quality perspective. We make the dough, we let it rest, we form it, we let it rest again, and then we roll it out to the pretzel shape and then bake it off.
And I have to ask, what's in the beer cheese spread?
So this is cheddar cheese, sharp cheddar that we blend up with some cream cheese, and then we use Guinness beer.
Nice.
There's garlic in there, a bunch of spices. Everything is blended and then served with a pretzel.
It's worth the drive to Layton in and of itself. It's so good. It's that good.
Awesome. Happy to hear.
And then tell us, of course, tell us what else we have on the table.
This is the goulash. It's actually my grandfather's recipe, his staple that he would make every Sunday in Germany. It's a slow-cooked beef stew, basically. It has mushrooms, bell peppers. There's some stout beer in it as well. And then we serve it with sauerkraut that we also make in-house.
German staple.
Spätzle. It's a German-style pasta that we also make here. So, and then this one right here is beef rouladen. It's slices of beef that we tenderize, and then we roll it up, filled with cornichons, bacon, onion, mustard, a little bit of brown sugar, and then slow cook it in the oven also for a good 3.5 hours. So it gets really tender.
Goodness.
It's a very classic German dish. When we first opened this restaurant, we didn't have it on the menu, just because as you can probably hear, it's very labor-intensive to make. So we ran it as a special every now and then, prepared a bunch, and then sold out. The pressure was just there constantly, and so ultimately we're like, okay, we're gonna have to bite the bullet. And
you gave the people what they wanted.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. You know, you listen to your guests to see what they want, and you adjust. On this particular dish, we also feature the Spätzle.
Yes.
And then rotkohl. It's also a cabbage, just like sauerkraut is.
Okay.
But it is a red cabbage that is not fermented. So the rotkohl we take fresh. After it's been shredded, it goes in a pot with some apple, with red wine, with a bunch of spices, and we slow cook it for a long time.
Wow. So is it more sweet than sour, or just?
It has a balance of sweet and sour. So we use apple cider vinegar in it, lots of it too. But then it also has the sweeter element of apples. We in Germany we call it Apfelrotkohl.
Okay.
It translates to apple red cabbage.
Yes.
So traditionally there's a lot of apple in it. So it just has that balance of sweet and sour.
What about the beverages?
We have this one right here. We call it the Purple Rain.
Love it.
There's this Butterfly Blossom gin that was just recently released. It's been out in the States for a while. And so it's this purple gin.
Is it homage to Prince?
Maybe a little bit. It could be.
Okay.
If you want it to be.
What makes it purple?
It's butterfly pea blossoms.
Oh, okay.
So it's a type of flower, and they macerate the gin in that, and that gives it the color.
Oh my gosh, that's
And then
so
once
cool.
you add a little bit of lemon to it, it changes the color too. It's really weird and interesting.
It's beautiful.
So this has been really popular.
Yes.
And then this one right here is our cherry bomb.
Okay.
So it's Luxardo cherries that we mix with bourbon, lemon juice, a couple other ingredients. It's very popular as well. All kind of summery cocktails, as is this one right here. This one has had a spot on our cocktail menu since day one, though. It's called the Lavender Blues.
Oh.
So we use vodka, Alpine liqueur from the Alpine Distillery in Park City.
Yes.
We use lavender bitters, lemon juice, some simple syrup, and then just garnish it with a little bit of lavender buds on top.
Your background is so interesting. So you're originally from Germany.
Yeah, I'm originally from Germany. I grew up in Germany and did a 3-year culinary apprenticeship in a fine dining restaurant, learned about all aspects of restaurant operations. And when I completed that, I moved to London to gain some international experience.
Yes.
And worked at one of the hotels over there for a good 1.5 years. And from there, it took me to Utah, out of all places.
Yes.
And I really feel like the people of like this area, Davis County, or Wasatch Front in general, of the guests that come here, they appreciate the scratch-made element of the food. They can taste it, and they enjoy and apprite what we do.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. Well, you're doing a fabulous job. I mean, everything here is so delicious, and I could sit here and chat with you for hours. But my curiosity is always piqued to go into the kitchen
Yes,
and just
absolutely.
see
You should.
how the love is actually crafted into every element that you're doing. So would it be possible for me to pop back in the kitchen with the
Absolutely.
chef?
Let's get you in the kitchen. I'd love to introduce you to Chef Henry, who's been with me since almost since opening.
Oh, that is
So
incredible.
he's a very talented chef, so I'm excited to introduce you to him, and he's gonna cook something up for you.
Okay, Jan, thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thank you.
Let's do this. Chef Henry, it is for sure a working kitchen, and there's a lot going on at Weller's Bistro. What are you going to make for us right now?
I'm going to make you one of our signature dishes that we came up with. It's called the German dip. Basically,
German dip.
It's a play on a French dip.
Okay.
Me and my wife, I have to research orders every week. We have different specials.
Okay.
So she just said to me one day, how don't you do a German spin on the French dip?
I love that.
So I thought that was an amazing idea. I brought it to Jan and he loved it.
So on board.
We ran it as a special and sold like 40 the first day. So we ended up putting it on the menu and it's just going to stay. It's one of our...
I will say what Weller's Bistro does really well is give the people what they want.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So what do we start with?
So first thing we're going to do, always put some oil down on our flat top.
Okay, a little oil on the flat top.
And then we're going to take our marinated pork. So we have pork tenderloin marinated in oil and our house-made Weller's seasoning. It's a different thing. It's salt, pepper, paprika, garlic. I don't want to give too much away.
No,
it's a secret.
Yeah, I'm going to say you share your secrets with me. You share it with all of Utah and anyone who's watching internationally.
Yeah, so we're just going to marinate it and cook the one side.
Okay.
And then once after that's done, we're going to add caramelized onions and mushrooms.
Oh, yum. I mean, it almost is a little reminiscent, too, of like a Philly cheesesteak or something like that.
And I'm from Pennsylvania, so that's right up my alley.
Oh my gosh. So we'll wait for just one side of it.
Yeah.
Why just one?
Because I like to get a nice sear, because when you sear the meat, it locks the juices inside, so it doesn't run out.
Okay.
So you want to get a nice sear on that one side so the juices stay locked in. It'll be extra juicy.
Yum.
And we also serve it with a house-made au jus. We make the au jus for about 12 hours.
Ooh.
The first thing we do in the morning is throw on. Because we do a lot of schnitzel, so we have pork trimmings.
Yeah.
So we just make our own au jus, and it just makes a big difference when it's house-made.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially when you're allowing something to simmer and sort of like cultivate all of those flavors, there's nothing like slow cooking a nice broth.
So that's the caramelized onions.
Okay.
And these are cremini mushrooms.
Oh, beautiful.
And then we just mix them together, let them get to know each other.
Okay. And are you serving this on a baguette as well?
No, we serve this actually on a German Kaiser roll. So
I love
everything about it is German. We even put in, for all the German people, we even put Maggi into the au jus. It's kind of like a German Worcestershire soy mix.
I love it.
If you ever see it in the store, buy it. It's really good for
That
soups.
sounds delicious. My grandmother is from Nuremberg. She immigrated over in the early 1900s, and I can just tell she would be so happy with this dish right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. I found out that I'm actually a 50% German the week before I started here.
Of course, your heritage was calling you.
Yes.
And you've got the Kaiser roll.
Yeah, I got the Kaiser roll right here.
Nice and toasted.
And then we have this house-made Gruyere. We actually import the Gruyere cheese. Jan is very, very big about cheese.
Our pork tenderloin slash caramelized onions slash mushrooms are all ready to go.
All right, and then what we do is we get our house-made au jus.
Okay. I mean, the thing about tight quarters in a kitchen is you really are occupying and maximizing all of your space.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
It is, and everyone working together back here. It's something special because you're so close quarters. It'd be like you'd think everyone would be arguing, but we all get along back here.
No, it's like this beautiful, well-oiled machine, and you're orchestrating everything.
It's like a ballet almost.
Yeah, it's clear that everything here is just such a team experience.
And everybody has everyone has their own piece. If you would take somebody out, it would be so much harder.
Chef, you are doing amazing work, and I am going to get out of your hair, and I am going to go enjoy this.
All right, thank you, Katie.
Appreciate you. That.
Taste Utah cares about the health and wellness of our hospitality family. And as a reminder, health insurance is available for you and your family, including medical, dental, vision, life, disability, and Medicare coverage. Learn more by visiting www.hospitality-health.com/URA.
We're in Utah County. Yes, we are in the shadows of epic Mount Timpanogos. We're in Provo. We're on Center Street, and we're taking you to an amazing restaurant that is offering classic and authentic Japanese hospitality. We're going to Kay's Kitchen, where husband and wife duo's whole intention is to introduce you to the joyous cooking that is Japanese cuisine. Can't wait to go meet Phil. He's inside.
Irashaimase. Welcome, Katy.
Phil, oh my goodness. Now, is that a proper, authentic Japanese welcome?
Yes, that's what you get at every restaurant we go to in Japan.
We've been wanting to do this segment for a long time, and it's
Yes.
so great to be here now. Typically, people come in and service.
We'd go to the counter.
Okay.
You'd order, pay there, take a seat, and pick up your food when it's ready.
Okay, perfect. That's
But we got you taken care of today.
okay, so I don't have to do that. You have some things waiting for me at a table?
We do. We have some great food for you.
All right, awesome. Lead the way, my friend.
All right.
Phil, this is such a fun experience. I mean, I have to say, people rave about Kay's Kitchen. And I can't wait to dive into what we have in front of us. Will you just go over what each item is?
You bet. So in Japan, this is probably the most popular donburi. Donburi basically is a bowl of rice. You're choosing the toppings.
Okay.
This is called the katsudon.
Katsudon.
Basically, we deep fry the pork cutlet
Okay.
and then saute it again with egg and onions.
Oh, yum.
Now in Japan, the northern part, my wife is from Hokkaido, which is the northern island.
Okay.
We sweeten the eggs. This one is Yakiniku, so it's barbecued beef, Korean style barbecue beef. And here we have karage. So karage is deep fried chicken. It's got a little bit of ginger in it.
Deep fried chicken.
Yes,
Okay.
it's the chicken thigh.
Oh, yum. So it's dark meat.
Yes, very good, juicy.
I mean, I have to ask just right away, this is you and your wife's operation.
Correct. So we were living in Japan.
Okay.
We lived there 35 years. Our youngest daughter was going to school at UVU.
Okay.
One day she got sick. It wasn't anything really serious. A couple days later, I come home from work, and my wife goes, I want to do Japanese food in Provo. We'd been over here every other year or so to visit my family on vacation and whatnot.
Yeah.
My wife was very unhappy that most Americans only thought sushi and ramen were Japanese food. There was no other Japanese food. She wanted people to understand this is comfort food. I like a hamburger or a hot dog for us Americans. This is what people eat on a daily basis.
I mean, I love this idea because it's what the show Taste Utah is all about, educating each other about experience and culture and exposing one another to new ideas with very familiar flavor notes. So let's say in the US, our comfort food is centered around like 2 buns or toast, and then you
Right.
slap some food in between it and you eat it. And in Japan, what's central to most of Japanese cooking is rice.
Yes. Rice is the staple. There's no household in Japan that doesn't eat rice 3 times a day. If they don't have rice in the day, they get really upset.
What makes for the best rice, the most delicious rice experience?
Well, you brought up the word umami. So Japanese rice has a lot of umami in it. So there's this deep sense of flavor that's sort of like almost a sweetness to it. The most important thing about Japanese rice is it's sticky.
Is it how it's grown? Is it how it's processed?
Yeah, so in Japan, they have limited arable land space. So you'll find
okay.
rice paddies on the top, on the sides of hills and whatnot. They've become very well adapting to their environment, saying, okay, we only have this amount of land, and they're very good and efficient at making the water at certain levels and then making it dry at the right times, because the rice has to go through a pattern of its growth pattern of when it has to have extra water and when it needs to be drier.
I love that. So it's part ecosystem, it's part farming, it's part science, it's part art, it's part human, part Mother Nature, which are the best marriages of anything, right?
Right.
Oh my gosh, I would love to meet Kay and just
You bet.
hop back in the kitchen with her.
Well, have you made katsu curry before?
No.
Well, this will be your first time then.
Yes. It's the first time for everything, and I love learning something new. Phil, I get to meet Kay.
This is Kay.
Hi, it's so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
What are you gonna make for us?
Katsukane.
Love it. Okay, wonderful. What's the first thing we do?
じゃあ最初にやることは
Let's go.
Put your gloves on.
Okay, I'm putting my gloves on. I'm suiting up.
Katsu.
So the cutlets are down here.
Okay.
So grab one and
Yeah.
put it in the fryer there.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're getting the cutlet, you're breading it, you're
Pounding it, flavoring it,
Okay.
breading it.
on the outside. Is it just panko or
Panko, yes.
panko?
Very good.
More. Okay.
Oh,
There we go.
beautiful.
So we have a paper towel down to sop up any of the extra grease,
Extra grease. You
which
don't
is
want that.
really lovely.
You just want the right amount to go with your curry there.
Okay.
Go ahead and go over here. You go over here. She'll show you how to cut.
Yeah, you show me how to cut it, and then I'll cut the rest.
So in Japan, the interesting thing, we have American staff that have never been to Japan, and they cut it very differently than we do in Japan.
Okay.
In Japan, you go half, 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 half.
Perfect. So now,
Your turn.
oh, I'm so nervous.
Cut it in half,
Cut
and
it
then
in
each of the halves in half again.
and then cut it in half.
Very
and then
good.
cut it in half.
And then you have
Thank
equal
you.
side.
I love it. She on the diagonal, on the bias. Super intentional. So then, right there.
Yep.
And a ladle.
Just one ladleful.
Okay, I'll do a little stir because that's
She'll hold the box for you.
okay. It's almost like a gravy.
Yes. And this is a different curry than you would have if you're just having curry. It's a very simple curry. It just has onions in it instead of like beef or other ingredients.
Okay.
You just put a little here on the
Oh,
cut.
on the top there as well.
The presentation is everything to her
Gorgeous.
too as well.
Me? Okay. Yeah.
She's gonna make you do all the work.
I love it. I anytime I can, I'm all about it.
Yes.
Okay.
And then just sprinkle some sesame on there.
Just over the top.
Yep.
Yeah.
This has just been a phenomenal experience. I have to say that what you are offering us here and the people of Provo, Utah County, the state of Utah, it's right from your heart, and it is such an honor
Well.
to be here and to be able to sample just all of this beautiful intentionality and love that you're putting in our food. And thank you so much.
Well, thank you for highlighting
you.
us.
Oh my
She
gosh.
appreciates it.
ネギの置き方がいいです。
The way you put on the green onions, perfect.
Again, domo arigato.
Very good. どうもありがとうございます。
And I'm gonna go eat this.
All right.